Hey guys, so I'm going to try something a little bit new today as we're going through and thinking about this idea of owning it. What is it? What does it really mean to own it? Right? What is it? What does it mean? And we've been reading through the scriptures, right? We're reading through talking about just what God is doing and how He's trying to move in and amongst our lives, right? And so um, today I want to talk about being teachable. In fact, we're reading Acts, and there's a moment where this individual, learned Apollos, he's a learned individual, and what he's doing, what he's seeing, what he's doing, he's bringing a lot of Jews to Christ. He's doing all this great stuff, right? And yet he doesn't know it all. He doesn't know everything, believe it or not. He doesn't know everything, and yet he's able to do all this. And then two individuals that are with Paul um, go. They see him, they hear him speak, and they let him know, hey, you know what? You're kind of missing the boat. You don't really know everything at this point. So let me teach you. And they teach him stuff, and he's able to go on. And it makes me really think about I think one of the issues that I've had over my life and others that I've talked to that struggle with situations. They struggle with the spirit of being teachable, or they're not teachable, right? They think for whatever reason they know everything. And I remember early on when I started in ministry, one of my mentors, Pastor Tom, Tommy Boy, if you're watching, anybody, man, thank you so much for all that you did in my life. But he pulled me in the youth pastor aside one day. We were at a conference. He said, "Hey, understand that when you are not the smartest person in the room, don't say anything. Right? Ask questions, but don't talk. Don't give your opinion." Later on, I had a professor that said it this way: the smartest person in the room is the one who talks last. And because you should be listening and paying attention, and not listening to respond, there's a difference there, but listening to understand, listening to function, listening to know. And then by the end, if you've got five people in a room and four of them talk, you're the fifth one, four of them talk, and you've amalgamated, you've understood, you've grabbed all their information, you now are the smartest person in the room in that subject because you've grabbed it. And I think as you and I, it takes me to that one of my favorite scriptures: iron sharpens iron. Right? The only way that I can do that is an exchange between the two pieces of iron, exchange between the two individuals that are trying to learn. And again, the conversation is not about listening to respond, but yet listening to learn, listening to take that information. And then once you recognize, okay, there's a missing piece, maybe there's a layer that I can add to it, that's when we begin to add. So let me really challenge you as I continually try to challenge myself and others. Let's be teachable. Let's recognize that we don't know it all. Last thing I want to share is something I heard Mike Bickle one time say. He was talking about the Song of Solomon, and man, a very learned individual. And during the conference, he said, I may be one of the smartest men alive today in the book of Song of Solomon, but he said, I only have one half or 1/10% of God's heart on the book of Song of Solomon. He said, but with all the people in this room, maybe we can get to 1% or 2% or 10% of God's heart on that. Understand, you've not arrived yet. Paul even says that I'm not arrived yet, that there may be someone in the room right now that can teach you something.